He's probably another random TikToker I don't know who gyrates on a screen shirtless for a bunch of 13-year-old girls. Hey, what's up you guys, it's me Luke and welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I post commentary and critique and reaction videos on basically anything on the internet that interests me, ranging from pop culture to internet culture and anything in between. So if any of that interests you, then be sure to go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from me. Alrighty guys, in today's video we're going to be speaking about Nikita Dragun and calling her out for all of the recent controversies that she has been involved in. But before we get into it, I just wanted to quickly shout out a few things. I've uploaded a new vlog on my second channel if you want to check it out. I have a new podcast episode out on my podcast channel if you want to check it out. And I just recently uploaded a new video here on this channel where I rank the Twilight characters from best to worst. So if any of that interests you, then check out the description box and go ahead and watch. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it because I'm about to dive in to Nikita Dragun's problematic actions. So Nikita Dragun's career is basically built on scandal and controversy. She's widely known for being a blackfisher. Is a blackfisher a word? I don't really know, but she participates in blackfishing all the time, which is when non-black people darken their skin or wear certain black hairstyles or speak in African American vernacular in order to appear black or racially ambiguous, or the perks that comes along with being that, but not to deal with the struggles that come along with that, if that makes sense. But yeah, she participates in blackfishing. In fact, I actually saw this picture the other day where it was showing all the different skin tones that she's had, and it's actually quite remarkable how many different races she chooses to be. She basically wakes up in the morning and is like, what race am I going to be today? And there's something to be said about, like, you know, tanning your skin, being more tan in the summer than in the winter, which she's spoken about before because she is half Latina. But I don't think that your skin color can change this drastically based on a tan or within a few days, because her skin color dramatically changes on the daily. So that's one problematic aspect of her that people have known her for. But that's just kind of the basis of her problematica. Problematica, is that a word? Can I coin that? And another thing that she's done in her past that I've touched on is her biphobia. So I made a whole video about Nikita Dragun's Snapchat reality show, and yes, that's a thing.
I've worked so hard to become the woman I've always wanted to be, but when a guy likes other guys, that's just not me. I'm a girl.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that nobody is speaking about this. Like, this is literally straight up biphobic. Just because a guy likes other guys doesn't mean he can't like other girls. Like, it's not that hard to comprehend.
There's certain things that I just don't know if I can look past.
Where she was actually biphobic, which is one, very harmful to the LGBTQ+ community, and two, very shocking considering she's a part of the community, being a trans woman. So yeah, if you would like to check out my whole video where I react and discuss that reality shit show, then I will go ahead and link it down below for your viewing pleasure. But yeah, let's get into some of the more recent controversies that Nikita Dragun has been involved in. Obviously, it's no secret that for the past year, we've been in the middle of a global pandemic, and Nikita Dragun partied throughout that entire thing. Noticeably, she went to Larray's party, which was like one of her biggest things, but recently she threw her own party for her 25th birthday. Now, number one, LA is the epicenter of the pandemic in America, so I personally don't think you should be throwing any parties or large gatherings at all. I think it's completely unnecessary, and there are plenty of people that have not been able to celebrate their birthday. So what makes you so special, Nikita? Just because you're a big old influencer? Or should I say influenza? That was so cringe. So I think it's ridiculous that she feels that she's above us common folk in the sense that she gets to throw parties and other people don't. And she says that people were tested, but rapid testing is known to have a lot of false negatives and just not be entirely accurate. And besides, where's the proof? She just posted a bunch of things on her stories saying that everyone was tested, but even if people were tested, they still should have been wearing masks, which they weren't. Videos came out from the party and not a single person was wearing a mask. And I think it's very telling and hypocritical of Nikita Dragun to go ahead and throw a party in the middle of the pandemic. When last year she came out with this post talking about her mom and her sister who work in the healthcare profession, and she wrote, "My mom and my sister are both healthcare workers, doctor and a nurse. Battling this pandemic, my mom came out of retirement to help very vulnerable population get medical care. The majority of patients seen have no insurance or access to regular medical care, primarily Spanish speaking, which my mom is fluent. Thankfully, my sister, who is pregnant/high risk, was protected by her job and switched out of the ICU. Thank you to all the brave healthcare workers and their families. Your bravery, courageousness, selflessness is unmatched. Even with limited resources, please stay home, everyone. Be safe. Hashtag stay home. Hashtag healthcare workers." I think this is very, very telling considering the fact that you just threw a party. It's basically spitting in the face of your mother and your sister who work in the healthcare profession. We had a few other problematic people go to the party, of course. We had Larray, who also at his birthday party was called out by Tyler Oakley of all people and made an apology. So Tyler Oakley said said, if your favorite influencers are at huge parties during a pandemic and are dumb enough to post about it on social media, they are bad influencers and you should unfollow them. And then he tagged all the influencers and said, and any others who have been partying in large groups, please consider social distancing, mask wearing, and using your huge platforms to encourage responsibility during a worldwide pandemic. And then Lorraine said, I understand 100% where you're coming from, and it was a dumb thing to do. I will do better and will actually take this shit seriously. Appreciate you, Tyler. Much love. But you're not exactly taking it seriously, are you, when you're out here partying in LA in huge groups without a mask on? Are you now? And then we had Tana Mongeau, who was there as well. Not surprised, Tana Mongeau has been partying throughout the whole pandemic. And of course, just like Lorraine, she also had an apology where she said, partying/going to any social gatherings during a global pandemic was such a careless and irresponsible action on my behalf. I fully hold myself accountable for this and will be staying inside, and actions like this don't deserve a platform, and I want to fully apologize and be better than this. But you're not better than this because you're still repetitively doing it. And then at Nikita's party, she was seen like French kissing or sticking her tongue in Patrick Starr's mouth, which is just ill, first of all. Second of all, really unsanitary. And third of all, really? In a pandemic? Are we that tone deaf?
What about it? And what the
And also, Patrick Starr has been getting in a lot of controversy recently. He actually threw a Christmas party where people were not seen socially distancing or wearing masks. And I think it's because he's like slowly becoming kind of irrelevant, so he's kind of trying to cling to any controversy that he can because, you know what, drama sells, and he doesn't make a product that he needs to sell. But I think it's just ridiculous, and there's honestly no excuse for it. Something else that I want to note is Nikita Dragun actually lied about her age. She made an Instagram post where she spoke about turning 21, and people were calling her out in her comments saying, sis, you're turning 25. It says on Google that she's 25 years old, says on Famous Birthdays that she's 25 years old, and she uploaded 3 years ago a video saying that it was her 21st birthday party, and then in the description of the video she said, I'm turning 21 on my fake ID, lol. So I don't understand why she continues to repetitively lie about her age. Maybe she's doing it as a joke, but is anybody laughing? No? All I hear is silence and the guy mowing the lawn next door. Speaking about age, she's been acting really predatory and creepy towards this influencer. I don't know who this guy is, but he's verified on Instagram. His name is Alejandro Osorio. He's probably another random TikToker I don't know who gyrates on a screen shirtless for a bunch of 13-year-old girls, but that's neither here nor there. The problem with this is he recently turned 18, and Nikita Dragun commented on his post saying, you 18 yet? And she is 7 years his senior. So I think that if we were gonna go ahead and look at the roles reversed and have a man comment this on a woman's picture, what would the outrage be? It would be quite extreme. Or if we look at it in a non-heteronormative manner, if James Charles, for example, commented on a freshly turned 18-year-old boy's post, what do you think the reaction would be? People would be appalled and outraged, but when Nikita does it, nobody bats an eye. She gets away with so much, and I don't know why, truly. Let's not forget in Dramageddon #1, when everybody was being cancelled, she got out completely unscathed. The girl manages to avoid controversy the way I managed to avoid dealing with my chronic back pain. Now, a couple of videos also came out of her at her birthday dinner, because not only was it enough for her to have a large birthday party, but she also had a large birthday dinner, and she came out on paparazzi not wearing a mask, or when she did wear it, not wearing it properly, just holding it like this. And I just thought it was ridiculous because if you're gonna go out, the least you could do if you live in an epicenter of a pandemic is wear a mask. It's really not that hard. And she was taking photos with young fans without wearing one, and I just think it's ridiculous. Like, just wear your goddamn mask, Nikita. It's not that hard. If you're not gonna stay home, that's the least you could do. And another controversy that Nikita's been involved in is she continuously supports Tony Lopez, which is a TikToker who messaged inappropriate things to minors and asked for inappropriate pictures from them. And I just think it's ridiculous to support somebody who participates in such predatory behavior, whereas other influencers like James Charles took down his video that he had with him and has shown that he does no longer support those actions. But of course, Nikita Dragun isn't exactly the one with the moral compass, so I'm not surprised that she still supports him. And lastly, I want to go ahead and talk about her malfunctioning setting spray. So Nikita Dragun recently came out with a setting spray, and Manny MUA and Cole's World reviewed them and noticed that there were particles and flakes in the setting spray.
Let me zoom you in. You guys, can you see them in there? The little particles, like there's like flakes.
And they spoke about it, and when they spoke about it, especially more so towards Cole's World, Nikita Dragun responded on her Instagram story by calling him irrelevant and saying that he's just a clout chaser.
And there was a small batch of my setting spray that malfunctioned and crystallized ever so slightly inside of the bottle. I have to redo my PR list after this though. Like I said, it only affected a small batch in the PR kits, but you know, anyone will do anything to try to get a view these days, even though they're still irrelevant. It's not easy being a female entrepreneur of a small business, but I guess it comes with the territory. But It's not down to like rip other people down to gain success. That's not what we're doing in 2021.
When really you have a malfunctioning product and you just don't want to take full responsibility for it. You just want to brush it off and say that anybody who's coming at you for it is just a clout chaser. When that's not the case, they're just reviewing a makeup product that has an issue with it and pointing out the issue. Hence, that's what a makeup reviewer does. And this is really disgusting that her setting spray has all these particles. I don't know if it's mold. She says that it was something in it crystallizing. But either way, I barely heard anybody talk about this, and I think it's so disgusting that you're gonna put that in a product that people are supposed to put on their face. But then when people like Jaclyn Hill have particles and stuff in their lipsticks, then she gets called out left, right, and center. I don't know what it is about Nikita Dragun, but she just really knows how to avoid controversy, or at least spin it and use the scandal to keep her relevant. I think she's just built her career on scandals, and it's just what we've all come to expect from her, because really, what else does she do? She barely uploads on YouTube. She just posts Instagram pictures and gets involved in scandals. And lastly, I want to go ahead and talk about just something minor. So obviously I recently spoke about the Hair by Jay drama. If you don't know about that, I made a whole video on it where this horrible guy named Hair by Jay completely bullied Trisha Paytas and said horrible things about her. So I'll link that video down below if you'd like to watch it. Of course Nikita Dragun used him to do her hair. Of course she did. Even though he's in the middle of a problematic scandal, of course she still used him. Because why not, really? Does she really care? No, she doesn't. I think that's the conclusion of this video, is Nikita Dragun does not care. But I do, so that's why I made this video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts on Nikita Dragun, I would love to know. And if you've not already, please make sure that you subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you never miss another upload from me. If you've not already, my social media is linked down below if you'd like to go ahead and follow me, as well as a link to my second channel, my merch, my podcast, and my previous videos if you'd like to check them all out, and my Cameo if you'd like to book a cameo from me. Alrighty guys, that's it for me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next one. And as always, I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you're in the world. Bye!